How's it? This is the foundation. Week 4 of the preseason game. Dallas Cowboys versus the Houston Texans. Last year, this game was canceled due to the hurricane. Hope everything has recovered to the point where, it's not no, it's can be for moved on. From of all the preseason games to us fans is of all the preseason games that don't matter. This one really, really doesn't matter. But to these players, it matters a whole lot. Whether this making the 53, not the active 46, but the 53. And good enough where they go. We can have this guy as an emergency guy. Also practice squad. Or we can develop this kid and all that. So this game is not going to be this only the interstate game against the Houston Texans. It's going to be a competition within the team. Like Cooper Rush versus Mike White. It's not going to be this them two backing up, trying to fight for who's backing up Dak. It's going to be not only, man, you got to keep quarterbacks rather than 7 wide receivers. You need to keep 3, or you need to like, wow, they released this quarterback. I think he's better than both the guys that we got, and that's how it's going to be. And like last year, I did this thing where I wrote down all the players and I try to fill up my 53-man roster, and then after that I was like, well, I can put him on the practice squad, or I can put him on the practice squad, and I end up crossing out and putting back, crossing out, putting back, crossing out over here, putting this guy here, because it like the two things right now, the two crucial things now. Offensive lineman, especially center and safety. It's 2 big holes right now. And if you want to throw defensive tackle in there, then yeah. And that's the thing too, is like some of these guys can perform good enough to go, hey, I think this guy can make the team. That doesn't matter, because if the safety is, because like, well, we need him just to be on the roster, or we're gonna have to bring in another guy from another team, or that got cut by another team. We need to bring that guy in. And sorry, but we need this position filled and everything like that. Like and then same thing with like the how many you're gonna keep. Like, I'm gonna put this out there, and the thing is that you get your certain biases. Everybody has their certain biases. Like, I like Charles Tapper a lot. I like Darius Jackson a lot. And then just putting Darius Jackson out there. Darius Jackson. Darius Jackson is in competition with Bo Scarborough. I mean, I know some people's like, after that one fumble by Rod Smith, everybody's like, oh, this is why I've stopped going on social media during the game, because as soon as something goes wrong, they cut him, and like it gets frustrating. It's like, man, I'm like one mistake, Jesus Christ, and then and then if you look at it well too, he was doing well against the 49ers. He did well against the Cincinnati Bengals. Then he has that one fumble, and then he sucks and all that. But he's the most versatile. He has the most experience, so he has the nod right now. It's gonna be that 3rd spot, and this is where Darius Jackson and Bo Scarborough is gonna say, you need to keep all of us. But then if you're not gonna do that, you gotta fight not only because Darius Jackson, he did look better. He has looked better than Bo, to be honest. Other than the 49er game, Darius has looked better. But before you guys go, oh my God. But the thing is, this is Darius' 3rd year, so he knows the routines. He knows what's to be expected. This is Bo's first go around, and then so like the coaches is looking at Darius like, hey, yeah, you look good. Okay, yeah, you're supposed to have looked good, And that's the thing. Like he needs to do things 3 times better than Bull. And not only is he fighting that, he also is fighting the vision of the coaches. Like like almost any Cowboy fan out there can agree with me with this. The vision of Bull Scarborough is like, oh, they're gonna take out Zeke. It's 3rd and 2. They taking out Zeke. The defense is like, oh, thank goodness. And all of a sudden you look and you go, oh my God, they're putting it in Bull. So that's another thing too. Is like, man, and then later on in the year when Bull's gonna get more and more carries, teams are like, I don't want to play this guy. And that's the thing, again. And then that's where Darius not only has to compete against Bull, but then he can look like, you don't need Cooper Rush or Mike White. You can keep one of them, but you don't need both of them. Or you don't need you don't need one of those extra wide receivers. You don't need Lance Lenore or something like that. You don't need Alomba or even Charles Tapper, which is another guy, I really like that, but and then Charles, again, the visions. Charles Tapper I like a lot, and one time he was looking like he could be a starter, and then his injury, so it's like kind of like Randy Gregory, he has his problems. Charles Tapper both of them is availability issues. So you both do them as that, and you kind of feel bad for Charles Tapper because it wasn't really his fault. I mean, it's just a condition that he had, and then this injuries, that has cost him. It's Randy Gregory's personal choices that got him in trouble. Got him not to be available. But at the same time too, again, I am not blind. I do see how Randy Gregory looks, and I'm like, and then the coaches feel that thing too, and it's like, well, Charles, you're gonna have to beat out somebody else. You're not beating Randy Gregory for that spot, and Taco is a first rounder, so you're not beating him out. So with that being said, that's the thing that's gonna be going on in this game. So gonna be looking forward to watching it. Well, actually, I'm gonna actually miss it because it's gotta work, but I'll catch it on the rebound and all that. But hey, and then after that, no preseason games. The real thing is coming up. But good, this week is also college week too. So all right, mahalo for watching, Paniolo boys, and like always, go Cowboys.